good morning. You know, one of the facts of life is that life is difficult. Life is hard. You and I experience so many things that are just a trial and a struggle, and one of the challenges that can present is, especially for those of us who are Christians, for those of us who follow the Lord, the challenge can be, how do I continue serving when life is hard? How do I continue pushing myself forward and maintaining my commitment to serving the Lord when I'm presented with so many difficulties? Again, this is a fact of life. But you know, one of the things that should encourage us is that we're not alone. We have had so many others who have gone before us who have continued serving the Lord through difficulties and serving the Lord through their trials. And one such example is Ezekiel in his life as a prophet. Ezekiel was like many of the prophets. He was given a difficult task. He was a prophet in the time of the exile after the Babylonians had come in and taken over Judah. And so these, again, like many of the prophets, were hard and difficult times, and Ezekiel was tasked with bringing a message to a group of people who probably didn't want to hear what Ezekiel had to say. And so it was a difficult task, and undoubtedly Ezekiel had to continue serving under difficult circumstances. But listen to these words from Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 10 and 11. Next day he said to me, that is the Lord speaking to Ezekiel, "Son of man, listen carefully to all my words that I speak to you and take them to heart. Go to your people, the exiles, and speak to them. Tell them, this is what the Lord God says, whether they listen or refuse to listen." And so what does this tell us, and how does this have anything to do with Ezekiel continuing to serve in difficult circumstances? The words that Ezekiel was tasked to bring to the people were given to him by God and placed in his heart and his mind by God. This wasn't a made-up message that Ezekiel was coming up with. He was God's representative. God himself was sending Ezekiel and giving Ezekiel the words that he needed to speak. Undoubtedly, Ezekiel would need this and would need to draw from this in his difficult times that undoubtedly were ahead. He would need to draw from this experience of God supernaturally spoke to Ezekiel and met with Ezekiel and filled him with his word. And so know that wherever you serve in the name of the Lord, that you go under the power and the strength of God and with his word placed in your heart and in your mind. This will be one of the things that we speak to this Sunday during our sermon time and worship. And so I'm looking forward to being able to speak in more detail about how we continue to serve under difficult circumstances, and specifically what Paul had to say about that. And so be encouraged this week as you perhaps face some difficult situations and difficult circumstances, that you go under the power and the strength of the Lord, and that it's his words that he has placed in your heart and in your mind. Have a blessed day.